Hello, this is Haberman, and today we are going to play Goosebumps, Attack of the Mutant, also known as the Goosebumps first-person shooter, because, yes, there is a Goosebumps first-person shooter.
Tokens in the box. Move on. No senior citizens discount. Move on. Move on. You don't have boxes, do you?
Behold, the world's cheapest, chintziest looking comic book. Worth mentioning, maybe, this is one of the first games to use cel-shaded graphics, but you probably won't notice a transition. It's pretty flawless, pretty seamless if I do say so myself. In fact, you probably didn't notice that it happened already. Glad I could help.
I'm telling you, man, something doesn't add up.
Yeah, it's too quiet, and it's been too quiet for days. Weeks!
Over here!
I've gotten vibes, you know. Really freaky visions of them gathering at Mutant headquarters.
Any idea what they're up to, Flo?
Whatever it is, it's bad. Wicked bad.
Then we gotta get busy and stop them!
Let's go!
Don't you guys have a door or something to your headquarters? I mean, do you have to bust down a rock wall every time you guys have to head out? Just seems a little inefficient to me, is all. Feel bad for that watermelon. I think I know exactly what's going on when it gets home. Should also mention the voice actors in this game. We heard Adam West in that previous cutscene as the Galloping Gazelle, and soon we'll be hearing James Belushi as the Masked Mutant.
Of course they're coming, but we'll be ready for them.
Haha, don't worry, mutant. If I had to, I could mow them all down myself.
Hold on there, plant boy. If any of those losers show up, it's gonna be me who gets to rub them out.
Not if I get to them first.
Aw, back off, Thorny. Just be glad one of these digits ain't a pair of pruning shears.
Enough! We've got work to do. And the sooner we get started, the sooner the world will be mine!
End of the line!
You know, maybe I'm giving the American public transportation system a little too much credit here, but wouldn't a bus driver know to check for kids on board and make sure they're letting him off at a safe spot? That probably is giving him a bit too much credit, isn't it? Prepare yourselves for another one of those seamless transitions I mentioned before. By the way, it already happened again, and there's no way you could have even noticed it. And there's going to be another one in just a few more seconds when we finally transition from cutscene to gameplay. Which reminds me of one more thing worth mentioning, which is that this game is very cutscene heavy, which is to say there's almost as much cutscene as there is gameplay. And it's not a very long game. So essentially I'm going to be left with no choice but to talk over the cutscenes to make my jokes and my commentary. So here we are in the game, playing as the kid from the bus with the comic book. We find ourselves in front of the Masked Mutants headquarters. And really we're left with only one option here. And that is to run away. Oh, come on. No such luck? Well then, I guess that leaves us with one other option. and it's not exactly the wisest one if you ask me, and that is to walk inside of this ominous building, open this ominous door. Pretty swanky lobby here though. As we'll soon discover, the mutant's taste in architecture isn't always going to be this sensible.
Hey, hold on! Easy, I'm not gonna hurt you. Listen, we're here to stop the mutant. I'm from the League of Good Guys. My name is Dinah, and we sure could use your help. I figure you're a real threat to the mutant because he doesn't know anything about you.
Yes, I'm sure the element of surprise will compensate for the fact I'm a confused 12 or 13-year-old in this game.
Take over the world. Your world. And my friends and I want to prevent that. But we'll definitely need your help. Come on, we should get out of here. That could be the mutant now.
Well, is it still too late to run away? Can we just run away from this whole situation? I'm not equipped to deal with this. Okay, I guess we're really stuck here then. I guess we're really gonna save the world because this League of Good Guys apparently sees fit to hire children to do their work for them. So we're about to take our first of many elevator rides in this game, and this game is really ahead of its time. Long before Mass Effect was using elevators to mask load times, guess who did it first? This game right here. By the way, we are legitimately loading this off of a disc I have owned for close to 16 or 17 years at this point, seeing as this game was released in 1997 originally. Oh, but the elevators aren't safe in this game now, are they? You know, this is a legitimately freaky situation. This could scare a kid. Locking all the doors, building the tension. These are actual, effective horror techniques. Techniques that you don't even see in some of today's modern, M-rated survival horror games. Well, it's a little less tension-wrought when the baddie can't actually jump through the open door. Unfortunate. Well, this puts him in a primo position for this. And foe vanquished. You'll notice the comic book effects, which are part of the game's style, and you know, this game, if we can give it one credit right off the bat, I'll have a few more, but it has a style to it. It has a legitimate comic book style. And the engine they're using here with the sprite-based graphics, the 2.5D look, it really works for it, genuinely. We have these interactive environments here, which aren't meaningfully interactive in most cases, but they really add some life to the game. And if you're getting the impression right now that I have a lot of good things to say about this game, it's only because I'm getting them out of the way in this first episode. Don't you worry, folks, it's all downhill from here. Defeating that monster selectively opens some of the doors here. The ones that are unlocked don't really serve much of a purpose as of yet. There's only one way we can really go at this moment in time, but it's giving us the exploration, letting us get a preview, I guess, of rooms we will eventually visit. Open elevator doors are usually our indication that we've cleared a floor, but before those open up, we have to visit the mutant's office, which has a nice little reception area here. We can wait to be buzzed in. Oh, that's a neat little decoration. $20 will get you one of those and a novelty coffee mug at Spencer's Gifts. Well, I'm sick of just waiting around. Let's say we take a peek behind this door and see if he's available.
Alright, listen up.
Well then, let's just hope he doesn't notice that door swinging wide open, directly in his field of
The
vision.
outside world has slipped inside our headquarters, and he or she has to be apprehended at once!
I don't get it, Mutant. Is this outsider working with the League of Good Guys?
Who cares? Those buffoons are the least of our worries. We know their powers and their weaknesses.
We also know they ain't no match for us.
But this stranger...
Could be capable of almost anything.
This much I'm sure of. If our diabolical plot is to succeed, you must find and destroy the intruder before he has a chance to escape.
You heard the mutant refer to us as he or she earlier, but that doesn't happen for the rest of the game. From here on out, it's just he whenever people talk about us. Just an observation I made.
Care to tell me what you've done with Chinchilla?
First, you tell me why you've made her your second in command. You know, I'm far more brutal and ruthless than she is.
But she proved to be more deserving than you. She never questioned me, only obeyed.
My devotion to you was total.
Was? What about now?
Perhaps that's for you to find out.
That's probably not the thing you want to say if you're trying to earn your boss's trust.
Do I have your word?
Do I have your loyalty?
Only time will tell.
Again, another line at the end there that's not going to do him too many favors, I don't think. Well, it appears that no one noticed us on the way out. So, I guess the mutant should be all alone then. We can have them all to ourselves. Hello? Oh. Automatically closing doors. Nice painting there. Oh. Well, the mutant is nowhere to be seen. I guess I should probably pick that up, shouldn't I? Take a message for him, you know? Oh no, I forgot that the mass mutant's superpower is shape-shifting. You know, from the book. Also an episode of the Goosebumps television show, which I haven't seen. Anyway, through the painting we go. Which, yes, this is the way we're supposed to go. Not very well indicated, but you figure these things out as a kid. And this is the way we came in. I don't think we're going back through that way, unfortunately. Right then. Well, here we are in the greenhouse. And, what do we have here? What are we farming? Slima beans. Tasty. We have a rake now. Get used to seeing this thing. It'll be our primary weapon for roughly 90% of the game. Beautiful water texture there. Well, give this game another credit. It does vary up the locations a lot. Well, time to put this rake to use then. Against Root Rot, whose name you don't actually hear until like 3/4 of the way through the game. But that's what it is. Something tells me this rake isn't gonna hurt him. And those are bees outside. Given the choice, I'd rather get mauled to death by this guy than bees. Oh, we don't have much of a choice now, do we? Oh, it turns out they're friendly bees. Or at least they prefer plant to flesh. Take a few more for good measure. Can we find something more useful? Like, how about a saw? Or something with like a sharp edge. Like one of those shovels, maybe. Nope, this is what we're going to be stuck with for most of the game. And it's as ineffective on most enemies as it is on Root Rot back there. And into the maze we go, because what 2.5D FPS would be complete without maze-like labyrinthian level design? In case you weren't already aware, or you're a first-time viewer, I am not a fan of labyrinthian level design. I'm not a fan of mazes in my games. But we have to navigate this one to find this. The first of a set of collectibles in this game. The League of Good Guys superhero suit, which if we collect all the pieces, we get a better ending. And luckily for us, I know where all of them happen to be, approximately. Just means we have to navigate a few more mazes to find them, unfortunately. Right, well now that we found that, we just need to find the exit here. Oh, but we do have some enemies to contend with. These bees are not quite as friendly. Well, I guess friendly isn't really the word. They went right to work on Root Rots. And this appears to be our ticket out of here. A conveniently located, and conveniently never explained either, wormhole of some sort? I think that's the word for it. I'll take it. Anything to get out of a maze, to be honest. And here we are, back at Mutant HQ. Back in this hallway, as a matter of fact. And hey, our friend the Bat's still around from that file cabinet we opened earlier. Good continuity. Oh, I thought he might have stuck around the elevator and taken a ride with us for a minute. But you know what? We have this rake. Let's see if we can't bludgeon the mutant to death. End this game early, why don't we? Where's he at? Oh, there he is. Yeah, something tells me this isn't gonna work. So instead of going through the painting this time, let's just...
Get that kid!
go through that door. Close it behind us. Let's see where the elevator takes us, because we're not pressing the button ourselves or anything. Speaking of pressing buttons, I am playing this game keyboard only because it's one of those games with primitive mouse support where there's no Y-axis and you can't even adjust the sensitivity in games, so I figure I might as well just stick with the keyboard. So here we are on another seemingly random floor. Let's go this way. And let's check out the control room. Hey, we were just speaking about controls a second ago. What a coinky-dink. Not sure why we needed that little cutscene just to open the door, but... Oh! Well, we were bound to set off an alarm sooner or later. Alright, what security measures do they have in place? Okay, we got robot that is easily destroyed by 12-year-old boy with a rake. And clearly indicated on-off switch for the alarm. Mission impossible this is not. So here we get our first glimpse at the mutant's evil plan, which is to turn the whole world, I guess, into really bad-looking cartoon CG. Diabolical.
This just in. The mysterious green beam has just leveled Washington, D.C.
And the soon we get started, the sooner the world will be mine!
So wait, are we meant to assume that the mutant recorded that conversation he had earlier and intended to use it as part of his video package for taunting the whole planet? Personally, I'd go something more personal, you know? Talk directly to the viewer. You know, something like, hello, this is Haberman. I just wiped Italy off the map. Sucks to be those guys. But hey, that's just me. And hey, is that clock is the actual time right now. It is currently 9:53 in the morning. Just to give you an idea of when I get a chance to record these things. Right, well, leaving that room then. And I just got slightly disoriented there for a second for whatever reason. What's this? So we got slime juice in the walls. We have a dead end here, appropriately labeled. Let's see if it's another one of the mutant's tricks, though. This could just be... No, this does appear just to be a dead end. Again, the architecture here is inspired, let's say. Right, well, it appears we have an appointment with Pinky Flamingo, so let's not keep him waiting.
Ooh, what's the matter? Suddenly getting that sinking feeling? You think it's quicksand, don't ya? You should be so lucky. This is slow sand. Twice as torturous. Same eventual end result. We might as well toast your untimely end, kid. Here's mud in your eye.
Welp. I guess that's it then. I mean, clearly there's no way out of this situation. I guess I better just resign myself to my fate. Skip all the stages of grief, just get right to the acceptance. You know, had a good life, 12 years, read a lot of comic books, gonna die all alone now. Well, I got a rat there, but he hardly counts now, does he? This is taking a while. I would kind of appreciate it if it just... Yep, okay, there we go. Beautiful. Right, so when you die in this game, you get these helpful hints. From Feedback is his name, which is helpful because he does give you some feedback. What a coinky-dink. Right, well, here's our unlikely friend, who is apparently strong enough, this rat, to support pulling us out of that sand trap, that quicksand, or slow sand, I apologize. So quite the buff rat we have there. Right, which leads us to another maze of sorts. What's that then? Oh, that's right, these fans will chop you up, even though it looks like they have some grating in front of them that should, you know, probably keep you from getting caught in it or chop to bits. But nope, these things will drain your health fairly quickly. And if you do follow that rat, if you manage to keep up with him, keep pace with him, he leads you to the right way out of here. Which, I mean, it's not a particularly complex maze, this one right here, but... there we are. And, you know, he's strong enough that he can pull us out and he can push us around, too, so... Thanks for the assist, buddy. And with that, we exit the room, and I believe this is our opportunity to leave the floor. I believe we've seen all there is to see for now. We will return to this floor, as we return to a lot of floors. Speaking of which, we're in the lobby again. Hey, maybe this is another chance to escape. Oh, that trickster.
Get that kid!
So that floor is mostly pointless. I have no idea what the point of it is, except for like another sort of scare moment. Which, you know what? I appreciate that. A scare for the sake of a scare, you know? Alright, well, here we are on another floor, with more exploring to do. But I think I'll save that for the next episode of this LP. There is one more thing I would be remiss not to show you guys before we end the episode here. And probably one of the things I remember most about this game, probably one of the coolest things about this game, to be honest. And that would be the menu here, which I think is genuinely really cool, presented as a comic book. With every page here, we'll go to the settings here, take a look at some of the settings in this game, and when we do, we'll also get a look at another fully illustrated page with graphics that correspond to all the different options we have here, which is just really neat. Like, genuinely, I'm really impressed by this. I wish more games would do this. Let's go to the controls here, page within a page. And you didn't have to do this, but they did. The artists put the effort in. You know, maybe it also helps kids out by having the visuals to accompany all this stuff. Most of it's pretty straightforward anyway, but you know, that's just, they put some extra effort in, and it worked, and it paid off, because it's one of the things I remember most about this game, remember most fondly. Here's a superhero suit page we saw before, which they call superpower for some reason, even though we're not getting any powers, we're just getting a suit. We'll even go to the About page here. Even the credits have a cutesy little page around them. The slave driver motif here, probably going over most kids' heads. There's also information on the Goosebumps fan club. Because remember, this Goosebumps, you know, was a franchise. I mean, I think it still is, actually, to this day. R.L. Stine, man, you know, I met him. I hung out with him for like 1 or 2 days as a kid, as a real young kid. I could tell that story. I should write that story up. I should post that story in some capacity. Cool guy, from what I can remember. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. That has nothing to do with this game, other than the fact that R.L. Stine wrote the original book and whatnot. Yeah, just again, really cool menus here. Wish more games would do this. Just genuinely, like, just put that effort into making your... You can have all the flashy UIs you want and like make it all futuristic, but there's something that's really novel about this that I think left like a genuine impression on me to this day. So that counts for something, man. Not gonna be enough to save this game from criticism as this LP progresses, but it's just one of the things that made this game sort of stick in my memory for as long as it has. I've been Haberman. Join me next time. This LP should be a fairly short one, and I've got plenty more to say about this.